truly, anything ought to be possible. Right? I mean, we see the impossible becoming the possible almost every day. Indeed, sometimes twice a day, 3 times on Sunday, whatever. So what is true? What's the truth? What does that mean to be true or truthful? The truth and nothing but the truth. So help me. God or some intelligent design thing or other sort of something else. Anyway, that wasn't supposed to be a question, but I'm just wondering, like, is it possible? Is it the impossible as in the impossible thing, or is it going to be possible tomorrow or some other day or some other thing? Think of the noun a person, place or thing. Is that person, place, a thing possible? Will it be possible? Will they be possible tomorrow? Will it be possible that they'll show up tomorrow? Let's say that, for example. Or let's say self-driving cars. Is it possible? Yes. Is it happening? No. It's happening in planning stages, yes, but not on the road. No, not for us. No, we haven't gotten in one and been driven around somewhere and you know all that shit. So that is possible. It's more than probable. It's actually an inevitable. So is it possible, inevitable, or is it just simply impossible when it's impossible? What does that mean? I mean, for real? I know that I know nothing at all about anything, so don't ask me. But I do like to ask the questions. I love to look for the answers and find that sometimes the truth is a lie is the truth, or underlying the lie is a whole bunch of truth. For all the right reasons. Really? Indeed. In fact, you know all this shit about face facts. If you have to face the facts, you know, got to face the facts, got to, you know, pay the piper, pay the violinist, whatever, got to, you know, kick accountability for what you're done, responsibility. That's kind of shit. But what I want to know is, what if the facts that you are to face are faked? Fake facts, like, you know, fake news or whatever fucking bullshit that was spewing out of his mouth at the time. That everyone now uses the word fake news, and I think it's really just fake. The whole fake thing is fake news. It's not news at all. It's not newsworthy. It's possibly slightly entertaining, definitely there to increase fear and chit-chat and bullshit conversation. As a distraction more than anything, like a pivot, turn and subterfuge. So that you're not looking what the left hand is doing when the right hand is, you know, punch you in the face. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? So what's possible? What's the problem? What is the likely to happen, or what likely is or is not? Whatever it is or is not. Such as, let me see Trump in office. No, let's not talk about that shit. I stopped talking about that 4 years ago actually, so let's not talk about him, the arsehole son of a bitch and cock-sucking, motherfucking bitch, and that's all I have to say about him. Number 45. Never did call him president anything or other. So anyway, that's just my rants and raves, so let's move on to the facts of the matter. Because the matter of fact is a matter of fact. The thing that's the matter with the world is what is actual matter. You know, matter like a substance, it's here, it's tangible, it's provable, it's quantifiable by our scientific method, which is the only method we have thus far to prove that something is something. I mean that it is anything at all for that matter. You know, empirical evidence can be proved by your senses. You can smell it, see it, taste it, touch it, you know, fuck it, whatever, shake its hand, you know, smell it, all those senses, and perhaps even a sixth, but that's up for debate these days. Not for me, of course. I believe in a 6, 7 and 8 sense, but anyway, innocence is my thing. Not really, but anyway, moving on. Empirical evidence. Empirical evidence basically proves or disproves a given theory. So you put something out there like the moon is made of green cheese. And you say it's a scientific theory. And if someone can prove that it's not made of green cheese, then it is. That means that it is a statement. It is what it is, what it is. Indeed, it exists not as green cheese but as a glowing white ball in its orbit around the Earth, blah 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 blah, all the things that we know about the moon. But not much about the dark side apparently, but anyway, that's another time, another discussion altogether. So we have facts, we have fiction, we have facing the facts, and we have fake news. And then we have all these fake motherfuckers spreading more fake news and then accusing others of fake news just to be fake and just to, you know, do the bait and switch, the fake and switch, the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon switch, just being bitches. Just being witches, just switch bait and switch, pivot, turn and take advantage of some shit. So enough about that. I don't like being negative. So anyway, ask yourself what is possible, what is probable, what is impossible, like absolutely utterly impossible ever. Technology or human relations or flying humans, you know, something like not in a plane, just flying with the arms, you know. Is that possible? Is it probable or likely? Probably not. But is it possible? You goddamn right it is. Look it up. Just say, hey Google, can humans fly, or will they ever be able to? That should be enough to get you into a deep dive, like way deep down in there, to find out if humans will ever fly. I mean on their own. I'm not saying like evolving into birds or anything like that, just, you know, check it out, you might like it. And think of it as esoterically, not just, you know, flapping wings and, you know, up in the air and sky and floating. I love that's part of it, and Although it is a big part of it, the physical sensation of flying. I'm here to tell you that flying is more like. It's more like how you feel when you're floating on your back and water. In the water when you're floating in your back and the water just covers your ear so that you can't really hear but you can but everything sort of muffled and it gets very quiet, just very peaceful. And if you look straight up into the sky. I mean if you look straight up into the sky and you're floating on your back and you don't need to do anything, no effort at all, and you let go just that moment. Anyone who has done it, you know what I'm talking about, not you? Just close your eyes for 2 seconds and imagine it. Yeah, just like that. See what I mean? Yeah, that is flying. Anyway, that is flying to me. Astral projection, flying over the top across the chasm off the cliff's edge. We dive into life and then we live and die, so what can you do? Anyway, that was the period at the end of the line that was supposed to be the end, the time when I said the end but I didn't. So once again my friends, let's just say it all together. We'll say the 2 words that end every story I've ever read. In fact, if it's happily ever after, they always have a little over after. Period, and then follows 2 words to or the end. Actually at the end those 2 words are, say it with me, there. And the end. Ends up the end. And over and actually and over again. That, and for real this time it's the end. Friend. And ends up being the endlessly of the end. Got to go, see you later, have a great day, it's the end. Once upon a time they lived happily ever after, the end. That's it for real, I'm not getting assignments to the end. It's THENE, the end. THEND spells you know what to say with me and spells the question. And. The end. Or it could be the beginning once again. I mean once upon a time. The end. Started at the beginning once again. Beginning, middle, end, and. The end was again. So since the narrated to the story, so it must be over. See you later, thanks for coming. You don't have to go home but you can't stay here. So file out of your chair, just go at the side door, cause this shit's over, it's the end. As a narrator says, and you can say it with me now, those 2 words are, the end and then. That is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 again and then again and for end and burn it again, appended then and then when it end and when it went, when then went to then. The end was the end of the end was weak, that was it. The end. Over and over again. Sorry, it's the end. And the end came. To the end of it. And it was as it is that it was the end. And so it was and it was the end. The end. Then. Shut up, never mind, it's the end. So yeah. Then it ended.